What's up guys, it's Sky, and today's episode of Flight School I'm going to discuss turning the roll cam on or off. If you're new here, there's a playlist on my channel for Battlefield 1 Flight School, and I pretty much break down the plane physics and discuss how to operate in a dogfight. In today's episode, I discuss playing with the third person roll cam on or off and the advantages and disadvantages of both. Now if you're not familiar, this option is available on both the console and PC version of Battlefield 1. Basically, you go into the options. Under gameplay options and under advanced, you'll find the option to toggle the plane chase roll cam on or off. Now, word around the internet is that the cool thing to do is to turn this off, that somehow it gives you a tactical advantage. That's absolutely not true. In the gameplay here, you see that I have the roll cam off. I'll switch to the gameplay of the roll cam on, and you'll see the difference. The camera will roll with you, and to a lot of people, this is kind of vertigo inducing. All the gameplay you see on my channel is with the roll cam on, because I play with it on full time, and I've had a couple people comment on my videos saying that it's really hard to keep track of what's going on. Really, the option to turn the roll cam off is just a quality of life feature for people that have trouble adapting to the camera moving around so much. Actually, in Battlefield 3, there was no option to turn off the roll cam. The third person cam in Battlefield 3 defaulted to not rolling with you. There was no option to change it, and then when Battlefield 4 came out, Battlefield 4 defaulted to the roll cam, and again there was no option to change it, although they did eventually add the option a couple years into its life cycle. A lot of the people that prefer to turn the roll cam off are Battlefield 3 vets, and for that matter Battlefield 3 PC vets. Switching from roll cam on to roll cam off is like switching from regular to inverted flight controls. It's like playing Resident Evil 4 versus the old Resident Evil games with the static camera. And actually, I prefer playing with the roll cam off in BF3 and BF4, but I took the time to learn to fly with the roll cam on for BF1 for a multitude of reasons. I'll cut to some clips from a video I published in October last year, pretty much a couple days after the launch of BF1. And you see, when you do barrel rolls, the camera doesn't roll with you. See, I'm trying to turn around here. The camera kind of lags. If you turn the plane chase camera roll on, the camera is going to follow you. So when you roll, it's going to roll with you. And I think that this is the setting to use in BF1 because, again, there's no air radar. So if the camera is lagging, then you're losing time in a dogfight. So we cut to some dogfight footage on the new map, Suissons. I'm going to pause the footage every time the camera lag causes me to lose sight of an opponent that's right in front of me. Now, I'm going to preface the rest of this video with a statement saying that I'm not trying to push my religion on anyone. I'm not necessarily saying that the roll cam is better than having it off. Really, I've seen a couple people be really successful with the roll cam off. I'm only making this video because there's some phantom general consensus that turning the roll cam off is the way to go. It's not necessarily the way to go, and there are some disadvantages to turning it off. Now, me personally, I generally don't get that camera vertigo when I turn the roll cam on, only when I make a move toward the sky, but generally I'm staring at my minimap or listening out my headphones if I don't have eyes on my opponent. Really, when I made the move to switch the roll cam on, because like I said before, I used to prefer the roll cam off. When I switched to console toward the end of the BF4's life cycle, I found that the controller is a lot less precise than the mouse and keyboard. Having pitch and roll kind of married to the right analog stick, it makes it really hard to find just the right amount of input to produce the maneuver you want to produce. For that reason, I really like having my viewpoint kind of married to my plane's wing line. It gives me instant feedback to the exact angles and directions that my plane's heading, and it helps me line up to my opponent when I'm tailing. Also, you'll see in the gameplay here, right at the meridian where the camera changes over from one side to the other is a pretty jarring transition. And at worst, this makes you lose a little bit of time in a dogfight. At best, it just doesn't feel very smooth. Really, all these issues are made worse by the fact that there's really no full-time air radar in Battlefield 1. In BF3 and BF4, you were pretty much just staring at the air radar if your opponent wasn't in your field of view. In BF1, you can spot when your opponent turns out of view, but that's not always going to be the case. In addition to that, one of my favorite things to do when diving from a high elevation is to pull a double move. You can quickly turn in one direction, look for your opponent, and then use the rest of your altitude to turn in the other direction. Again, sometimes this is necessary because no air radar. For all these reasons, I also switched over my PC settings to turn the roll cam on, just for consistency, although on the PC I fare better with the roll cam off. As for the people that had concerns about the playing gameplay on my channel, It's kind of ongoing whether I'm going to be able to switch to roll cam off. It's a pretty tough transition, and I almost feel like I have to kind of learn how to fly all over again. Really, I'm interested in taking the skills I have now and getting even better. Plus, I mean, I'm not a professional gamer. This isn't really my full-time job. I really kind of just do this as a hobby. So taking hours, even days of playtime to learn how to fly again may kind of be out of the books. Either way, I want to shout out Frank D Tank. Appreciate you watching my videos and for the constructive criticism. Hopefully you'll find the information, commentary, and the slow-mo breakdown to still be useful, even though my gameplay features the roll cam. Still more playing gameplay and commentaries to come. I've been working on a lot of new techniques on how to escape negative dogfights. Still kind of testing them out and deciding whether they're too advanced for a flight school video. I really want flight school to be kind of a concept that any player can kind of take and be successful. Anyways guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.